gonna stop over here, walk around in Usti. This used to be Aussig, back before the end of the war. The train station now. And since last summer, must be new, because bananas have hit town too. I didn't notice bananas for sale in Czechoslovakia last year, but it's here everywhere. Here's where we're going to cross, and I think there's a nice breakfast place there last year, if I remember. Here again, a view of what the train station looks like. Here we are on what I assume to be the main east-west drag. And we'll be walking along it in a few minutes. And here's interesting, you don't see very much of this. Signs in German. I'm assuming this is the main square. So here's a sweep around it. They even got sex shops now. Up here we have the main cathedral, I think, or church or whatever. So let's go and have a whole look at that. It's slowly getting a much needed facelift. Probably doesn't look any better inside. Again, this is facing towards the train station now. I'm heading down the main drag, heading west. On the other side of the street. You see Wechselstuben everywhere. As I noticed in Prague, some are getting really bad. Some are charging up to 9% commission. And then there was one that proudly advertised no commission. Yet he was giving 16 krones to the mark when the official rate was 17.74. So I mean, he was charging actually the highest commission of them all. Let's head down this side street again and check out the church again from the other side this time. And there it is again. A little market out in front. So let's go have a look through that and see what they got. Just to show you, they are counting on business coming from outside. This is a department store that I'm in now, and let's have a glance through it and see what we can see. There's another panoramic of the area. Here's their large department store that I was just in. Now we're heading back towards the train station. They still use trolley buses here. Of course, what would the modern world be without the Czech edition of Playboy? If you ever get tired of Czech cooking, you can always go to the local Vietnamese restaurant. What the area looks like from the other side of the street now. Again, that's a little side passage that leads to this main station. I have my little Limbus in. Shop. Now we're going to pass under the railway trestle and go across the Elbe River. Here's the one view of over the river. Second bridge. This is facing south towards Prague. This here's an example of the problems. So Czeck just pointed this out to me. Here the Elbe River is looking good, relatively speaking, but here you can see the pollutants poured right into the river by the local chemical factory here. It looks horrible. This here's a view from the Elbe Bridge facing towards Prague. I mean, not to Prague, towards Dresden. This is facing north. Let's go over to the bridge, come back on the other side, and then I gotta head back to the train station, catch my train back to Berlin. This is an example also how the times have changed. This is the Port of Bohemia. We now have an intercity train that goes from Hamburg via Berlin through to Prague, and an Eurocity that goes through to Vienna. Air-conditioned cars, still ice-bound cars, but they're air-conditioned. See, a couple of cars are even Czeck. One last view from the north side of the bridge. Here's just a quick shot of the east bank of the river. Group of Germans. This is now the south bank. This is facing towards Prague. Another view from the middle of the bridge. We are again heading downtown from the bridge. One of the crystal shops here. Another sign of how Germanized they're getting. I got another hour to walk around because I screwed up on my train. It isn't for another hour, so I'm going to go across the bridge again and then walk along a little on the other side. Here's a view of Usti, or Aussig, from the east bank of the Elbe. That's the south part facing towards Prague. Church spire there. It's the relatively new Interhotel Bohemia. Railway station. And there's the bridge I just came over. This here's the pedestrian bridge that crosses underneath the railway bridge. We're going to cross the Elbe back going this way, and again, here's another view of Usti. As this Imbus where I was in, they have this beautiful dark beer, half a liter for 5 crowns, which is like 20 cents, and these lovely little old sandwiches with ham and egg and all sorts of things on it. I got 5 of them for, what was it, 17.60 I think it was. So a mark for 5 sandwiches. That'll carry me on the train going back. Here we are crossing the old Elbe River. There's the other bridge that I came over on. And a view of the area. Now over the bridge. This is facing north towards Dresden. This is the fantastic bridge I just came over. What the local trains look like, short run. Say goodbye to Usti, or Aussig. It's the Elbe River we're following. We're now on the Intercity 175, the Port of Bohemica, which goes from Prague to Hamburg. Give you an idea, Mother, you used to travel Reichsbahn. Do you remember Reichsbahn cars looking like this? What a difference a Cold War being over makes.